Hey everybody, this is Brad Bruce and I'm here with
Jace Marsiglia.
And you're listening to the 5195 podcast.
Here we go.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, this is the end.
Okay.
The end.
The end of Tycoon's bitch.
Tycoon's bitch comes to a close today.
It does.
It better.
Or at least we leave it open for the sequel.
Tycoon's bitch 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's it.
Yeah. I like
That is
it.
it. So, we have setup.
We have plenty of setup. We have names. There's people involved. People with names and places and things. We got all the nouns out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert and Hanny Stoddard.
So I think now we're going to, do a little action?
Yeah, I think so. And I feel like the first big scene should be the confrontation in George King's orifice.
Okay.
Up in his office when he comes over to say, hey, you know what? No deal. No deal, Howie.
Okay.
I'm shutting the button that says deal.
Deal or no deal?
Putting the case over it. No deal.
So.
And now the bankers, they're an angry bunch now. Because no deal.
No deal.
And I thought, would it be too cliche if George King's office is about 2 levels above the saloon? Is that too cliche?
No.
What's underneath his office? Is that the bordello? Is that level the whorehouse? I feel like the whores always seem to be right above the saloon. But I could be wrong.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Because I do like the idea, maybe Alfred getting just grabbed and thrown through a fucking window. But because it's the West and everything's so close, he could either land on a rooftop or through the window of the next building. But he'll live. The Tycoon and his goons, they didn't think it through. It was a good dramatic dick flex. I'm just going to take your brother and throw him out the fucking window. What do you think of that, Robert Stoddard? And then Robert's got to fight his way out because he's going through the next window if he doesn't. And then that's the beginning of the good old-fashioned Western action sequence. I think that would be cool. I think that would be, that'd be a good way for the audience to be like, damn, shit. They just threw him out the fucking window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was weird. For 2 seconds, I thought thunder.
Yeah.
I really did.
I like that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, let's see what you got.
I'm going to write down. Alfred is thrown out the window by Hal and Struther. Just thrown right through the fucking window. All right, here we are. Action scene, pound 1, a.k.a. number 1. Thrown through the window. What do you think sounds better, through another window or on a rooftop?
I mean, realistically, rooftop, depending on how high they are.
Shorter building next door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think window to window, it's a little Jackie Chan.
Yeah?
Little bit.
Okay. Just on a smidge.
Because, I mean, those buildings are ridiculously close to each other.
They are. Obviously, that's the side of the building that's not going to have like a outdoor staircase.
Yeah.
But he could land, enough that he has to grab on.
But then again, if the window's open, because I'm like thinking plate glass and then plate glass, those are injuries that are that's not good.
I do like the idea of him just going through plate glass, though, once. It's a good dramatic, nasty shatter moment.
It definitely is.
But yeah, him landing at least on the ledge of the rooftop and having to kind of scramble up, that would probably be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
And then, yeah, when they go to grab Robert, he has to escape. His is more like, I got to fight my way out of this building now.
Right. And then Alfred's going to come back up, right?
Yeah.
And grab the 2 guys that are downstairs waiting on him.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of...
Yep. That was our... Well, there's James Stone. He was the ranch hand. Was he coming with us?
No, I think it was just the 2.
So, we could just pick, Cobb and Glenn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, so Alfred's thrown through a window. Cobb and Glenn hear it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because they're right outside. They hear the shatter. I wonder if one of them should go into the opposite building and run upstairs to get to the roof and help them through. I don't know.
Well, because like I don't. It's like they would have. Then one of them would have to see it be him. Otherwise, why would they?
If they hear the shatter, I almost picture them running around to the side of the building, like, "What the fuck was that?"
I mean, yeah.
Or would they know that it came from the side of the building?
I mean, it's like timing is a thing. If one of them's on the side of the building and happens to look up and see him go from window to roof, you know what I mean? That makes more sense than.
So maybe one of them he's stepping aside to take a smoke.
Yeah, and that makes a little more sense because otherwise, it would have to be like super fast if they're in the front of the building to hear a crash on the side to run around while the guy's in midair.
Oh, sure.
But I do like if he's, steps over there to.
Just lights a cig, you know. So I'll say Glenn.
Because that would be a good visual. Because then we could really get whoever makes this, different camera angles, we got that one and then one of like through the air.
Just, from like we get the guy at the bottom of the screen kind of turning his head up and it's like.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
And then he goes and gets his guy. Then they go up.
Yep.
Should maybe they split up?
See, that's what I wondered. If one of them went to help this one.
Like, hey, you get up there. Something's going on. I'm going to go get him.
Yep.
Makes more sense.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So Glenn goes for smoke and sees, I'm just going to call him Al.
Yeah.
Go through window. And then he yells for Cobb. Things went wrong. Something like that. It's like, oh, it's not going good.
Right.
And I even think it'd be funny if the second he starts to run into the saloon, there's already a guy there who's like, they get into their little scuffle.
Nice.
So there's something going on here, and then something going on here coming all the way down.
Yeah.
It's like a try-action scene. There's 3 things going on.
That's pretty badass.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah.
When there's so much going on. I'm say Cobb. And the thing is, we can, obviously the dialogue's superfluous right now. We don't have to worry about that. But
right.
Cobb gets stuck in the saloon with a bruiser, which that could be Rooker or Mackey at the time because I would imagine Vic, he's upstairs with the boss watching this shit, I
mean, yeah, dialogue on these kind of things is.
Yeah, I mean, that'll just come to us as we're writing. But
yeah.
We need the structure.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to say, let's just go with Mackey.
Okay.
He gets stuck with Mackey in the saloon. And then Glenn goes to help. So there's the saloon fight. And I feel when Glenn reaches the roof to pull him up, across the way, someone's trying to take shots. Because that just makes that more intense.
Yeah, so now they're dodging bullets.
Right. And they can, when he gets them up, they can hide behind something up there. And
it's got to be Vic.
Vic shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a snaky move.
It is, because the guy can't shoot
Not
back.
effort, so it's just, let me just.
Yeah. Oh, what a dick move. Yeah, that is good. So Glenn goes to help Al. I'm going to write, gets shot at by Vic. It's turning into an intense scene, because there's a lot of moving parts.
You said you were good at action. And
Yep. This will be fun to write. So now we got to get back to our main guy, Robert. Robert fights his way out of the room.
And he's never going to put his hands on George.
No. George is he's too insulated. There's too many guys around. So after what happened to his brother, he's got to get the fuck out.
He doesn't want to stay and fight. He's fighting to leave.
Yeah, because to him, fuck, what happened to my brother?
Yeah.
That's where his mind is.
Yeah.
Like, my brother could be dead. So he's just trying to get out of the room, and they're trying to throw him out the other window. You know what I mean? So he fights his way out.
It'd be nice for a little, when Vic starts shooting, he fucking grabs him and yanks him off of his feet, from firing the gun at his brother.
Oh, you mean like on his way out, he
Like Robert grabs
Vic.
And yank. Just a quick yank. You see the boots fly up in the air right on his ass.
Sure, yeah.
Just kind of an insult. You did a coward thing, so you're going to be treated like a coward.
Sure. Which is a relief because now he knows his brother's okay if he's taking shots at him. He stops Vic from shooting. And that could be any way. I could write, cold cocks him or
Oh, yeah.
grabs him, whatever,
Yeah.
you know. He's going to get chased out of the room. There's bullets flying. They came in here, I would imagine, unarmed because this was a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So he can't just return fire. This is going to be more of like a holy shit, you know.
Well, because by this time, the Wild West is ending.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. This is turn of the century.
Things are changing. Guys are more just wearing suits and not vests and shirts and chaps and cowboy hats. You know,
Not everyone's, carrying a gun belt.
yeah.
That's true. So yeah, he stops Vic from shooting. We could either, maybe 3 floors is too high.
I mean, it is pretty high.
Because the next floor down could be up there where the hookers usually are.
Uh-huh.
And you got your railing that oversees the saloon.
Right.
You picturing what I am?
Yeah.
I mean, there could even be guys coming out with like half dressed, like, the fuck's going on? And all of a sudden when the guns, everyone fucks back off into their rooms while he's running,
Well, 3 stories, that's got to be anywhere from 30, 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
But if he's landing,
On a roof, not so bad.
he's going about 10, 12 feet.
Yep. Enough that it hurts.
That will allow the extra layer of what you're trying to get to, because otherwise it's just saloon.
Right, exactly. And I'm picturing the saloon with the high ceiling, but up here, these are
You got the row of doors.
the row of doors and the balcony.
Yeah.
Or the railing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the steps that come down into the
Yeah.
saloon. So he would be coming down from one way, and then, the fight's chasing him.
Yeah.
Dude can even jump from the railing to a chandelier
Yeah.
and drop, it's just a fun action sequence.
Uh-huh. No, totally.
Okay, so he stops Vic from shooting, runs downstairs to, I don't know, what is that, a landing?
Mm-hmm.
The whores and their Johns pop out of doors, see the commotion, but the bullets chase him back in. So yeah, like whoever's chasing him, he can get the drop on him somehow, deck one guy over the railing, whatever, because that's classic, and then make a jump.
Right.
Robert sees Cobb fighting, and then trying to think of something he could do to deflect a bullet. Because, pulling open a door, that's not going to do shit. They'd have to be one hard-ass fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's flanked, one on either side, closing in, and he jumps.
So he's trying to get down.
Trying to get down. And they're just trying to get him.
Right. He's at brothel level.
Yes.
And he's trying to get down.
Yeah.
I mean, is it too cliche if instead of dodging the bullet, he pulls someone in front of it?
Who?
One of
the Johns?
Not even that. Maybe one of George's guys that's trying to get him.
Oh, sure.
That's like sneaking up on him and bad timing.
Ooh, you know what? If he runs down the stairs one way, there could be 2 staircases on either side.
Mm-hmm.
He's running from this guy, and when he reaches this side, door opens, another dude, and he just grabs him and turns him around.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got his dude in front of him. Because that could be, the other dude he didn't even think was there, shows up right in front of him, and, maybe there's a little bit of a scuffle over the gun, and then he has it to his head and his arm around his throat.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Now, how violent do you want to be?
I don't know.
I mean, are we riding hard R?
I don't know.
Because I do like that, what you're talking about, like a door opening and then someone coming out.
Yeah.
Robert doesn't have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be kind of cool if he has another guy coming towards him, and the door opens, and of course the gun comes out first.
Yeah.
So
because they hear.
Right. And again, like I said, I don't want to go Jackie Chan, John Woo, but just instinct, the gun comes out. What if he like grabs him by the arm and just pop, 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 pop.
Right.
And shoots him with his own gun. He's like resting on him and just blowing out his back and his head and
oh, sure.
violent. And then the other guy shoots, hits the now dead guy. Mm-hmm. He could return, pop, hit the guy down at the other end to get down. It's a lot of moving parts.
Well, not just that, but we'd be killing a couple of people.
Or you could wound them.
Yeah, because I was going to say, how far do you want to take these guys?
Right. now the fuse is lit, like you said. You know, like
Yeah.
now it's there's no turning back.
It's fucking mayhem now.
Yeah, no turning back. Or maybe it's he throws the gun, knocks him out.
Oh, yeah.
He has to kill one guy, or if we don't want to kill him, because like I said, now we got to figure out what kind of
Movie we're doing.
right, you know, because he could grab the guy, snap his arm, throw him over the fucking railing.
And have his gun.
Yeah, and then fucking wound him or fire the, like, throw the gun down the hall and bash him in the head. But that's also, as an audience member, you're going to be like, no, fucking shoot them all, shoot everyone.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. So it's like, we got to figure out what it's speaking to us, you know, like, where does this story want to go? Who does it want to be?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, do we want to have nasty, evil characters, but no killing? You know, are we doing Terminator or Terminator 2?
Right.
You know, it's kind of not a big crossroads, but it is because...
Well, to me, what's funny is even if we went the Tombstone route,
Yeah.
with the exception of some fleeting nudity, that could have been a PG-13. It's really not a hard R, but it is R.
I mean, yeah, I think...
It's also not Django, where every gunshot is an explosion of blood.
And that's the thing, is like, how you write it is what...
Right.
You know, because they're always like, well, if you kill a couple of people and there's no blood or there's whatever, you're able to get away with a few things. I know they have rules for...
Right.
How many this, how many that, before it gets.
And that's the thing. If we're doing an old-fashioned Western, most of them didn't have blood. Someone clutched their chest and fell over, you know.
Right. And this is the thing, too, is like, I don't want to, and I'm sure you feel the same way, I don't really want to compare it to something else.
No.
You know, I don't want to like, oh, it's you know, it's a lot of...
But if we understand our wheelhouse through comparison.
And I think if we're able to borrow from everything...
Yeah.
Spaghetti Western, American Western, 60s, 80s,
Yeah.
you know, and just kind of bring the whole thing together. Because, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, the action sequence that you're getting right now is super good.
Cool.
And it's like, do we want to continue that and have it be fun? Or do we want it to be, like, desperate and dark?
I don't know. I'm not opposed to fun.
No, neither am I.
It would probably be an easier movie to market as a PG-13.
Right.
Because you could get more tickets.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, because one of my favorite movies, even though it's a comedy, but it's a Western, is Maverick.
I fucking love Maverick.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Right? It was hilarious.
And it was very reminiscent of Spaghetti Western. Just the grand locations, you know, and the big characters.
And people were shot and killed. And,
Yeah.
you know. And like I said, I think with a couple of things removed, Tombstone wouldn't have been an R-rated movie.
I agree. Well, I think it looks like we're kind of leaning towards just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Just a good, rousing Western with a really bad guy.
Good story.
Good story.
Yeah.
And it's unfolding organically. So yeah, I'm not opposed to PG-13 violence.
Yeah. Because it's still effective.
It is. Yeah.
And that's what we want.
Yep. Because that's the thing. What we've put down already, I don't know if it lends itself to the type of grit to something like Bone Tomahawk or...
Well, yeah, because then we're backing ourselves in a corner.
Yeah.
And then there's only one way to go, and it's just violence after violence after violence, and it's got to one up the last.
It does.
At least if we're doing it this way, the action scenes are just more fun.
Right.
And it's something visually stimulating to look at, and you really want to root for this family.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, who at the end of the day, they didn't ask for any of this.
No.
They were literally just trying to survive. Mm-hmm. And then...
So we're rooting for them anyway, but they're not ruthless cowboys. You know,
right.
It's not, we got this land and we'll kill anyone who comes near it. You know, it's not that. It's just these are good people and you want them to be happy.
Exactly.
Good people in a Western tend to throw fists over bullets, but we're going to have them throw bullets eventually anyway.
Yeah.
But like right now, this particular action scene, maybe Glenn or Cobb has a gun on him, and that could help. You know, I could even see him being stranded between the two staircases, and Glenn is giving him cover to run down.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
Yeah. But see, that makes sense.
Does
You know
it?
what I mean? Yeah, because it's not just...
But Glenn's also dealing with his brute.
Right.
You know, so I mean, he's got his hands full and he's trying to... So, I mean, it's like action scenes within action scenes at this point, you know, which is kind of the shit we grew up on.
That's exactly what we grew up on.
So, I like
I mean, you look at those big fight scenes, no matter where it's at, even all the way back to a movie that's not a comedy, like The Outsiders. Mm-hmm. Like that rumble in the park.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's fighting everyone, and it's just kind of like, whoa. But everyone's also trying to help, all the outsiders are trying to help the outsiders, and all the socials are trying to help the socials. So it's like, I think, one of our guys coming in, whether it be Glenn or Cobb, and trying to help.
And who knows, at this point, Al could be running in.
Yeah.
Because we got Vic away from the window, which gives them a chance to scoot.
And there also is something really satisfying about just a good old-fashioned knockout.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, I love watching a good old-fashioned Western fight,
Yeah. I feel like the dark side is too easy for us.
For us personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we could go super graphic, super intense.
Yeah. Absolutely we could.
And I think this is about challenging ourselves.
I was going to say, it's almost more of a challenge for us to restrain ourselves from...
Yeah, this is definitely more of a challenge.
Because this has been hard for me to even be... I mean, we're not doing dialogue, but I'm like, I'm probably not going to throw a bunch of fuck bombs in this movie.
Right. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, even like the dialogue during the fight, it's very toned down. You know what I mean? They're not going to be speaking in sentences while this shit's going on. It's more a series of grunts and groans and...
look out.
Exactly.
Heads up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with this, especially with Glenn dealing with his guy, Mackie, downstairs and all that. I'm used to the Indiana Jones school of action where it's not just a fight. I think of Raiders where Indy's fighting that big German dude. That's bad enough, but the plane is spinning around them. There's propellers, there's wheels, there's a guy up top trying to shoot them. I like layered action sequences where the danger's not just the obvious danger, it's your surroundings too.
It's also more clever than just going violent.
It is, because everything is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a giant game of keep off the floor, you know. So, I mean, stuff like that, I like that idea because you have to challenge yourself to make this work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think Robert sees Cobb fighting. So he's still on the balcony. Oh, and then we would have, let's just say, Hal and Strother flanking him, either side of the balcony. I almost feel like one of them would be like, I got him. And the other one, just as he's about to shoot, one of the doors opens. And like you said, he would, the guy would scream and jump back in, but the door is open and he ducks just as it blasts through over his head.
Yeah.
And then when the other guy goes to take aim, that's when my man Glenn finds a moment to shoot up there, and the guy, it hits a railing or something. He's like, shit.
Yeah, it gives him that opening.
Gives him that opening to make that jump.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So one's flanking him. I'm going to say Hal.
Okay.
I got him. Takes aim. Door opens. John, quotes, comes out. Door blocks Robert. John jumps out of the way just as bullet rips through wood. Robert sees Strother take aim, and he leaps over balcony, grabbing chandelier. And you know what? Swinging down and kicking the guy fighting Glenn.
Yeah. You should be a writer.
I should give it a shot one day. Kicking Mackie, that was who it was. So from there, I feel like they could make a break outside and rejoin with Alfred and Cobb. Mm-hmm. And they jump on their horses and fucking hightail it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just thought of something too. So back outside, they get on their horses and escape. George runs out with his goons and sees them in the distance. Someone says, should we get him? George sees produce shop and says, I got a better idea. And that goes into that. And that, we can decide whether or not we paint that sequence up, or do we just have one of them come home and be like, this is what happened. We got to go get, what was it, Marine?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I think it needs to be shown.
Okay.
Just because it gives those guys to get home, settle,
yeah,
and do their thing.
Yep. And it gives the women, it gives that proof that they're not pushovers.
Right. Then we can actually see how deviant George and Vic are.
Right, because at the end of whatever fight this is, one of them's going to be grabbed and the other one will have a gun to their head and it's like, okay, it's over. And then we don't know what happens from there until one of them shows up at home.
Right. This is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We hear...
I just wrote it down as produce fight. Just going to kick them right in the cabbage.
So let's just say the women are in the store, minding their own business, doing their thing.
Yep.
When we hear boots, we don't see anything yet. Mm-hmm. And they both look up, greeting them.
Yeah. They just think it's a customer.
Right. But it's George and Vic. Mm-hmm. But then laying in wait are their guys.
Yeah.
And again, kind of going back to that whole Creep Show 2.
Oh, about like flipping the place.
Just the way, yeah. And I don't even want George and Vic to do it,
No.
But nasty, maybe George like talks to her, telling her what's going on.
Well, just grabbing an apple or something.
And then...
Just helping myself.
Right. Yeah. And then, sticks it back. Maybe one bite, sticks it back. And he does that a lot. And they're just like watching, and they're kind of signaling each other like, just wait.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
No.
They're both like, no, just watch them.
So just a little eye language.
Yeah. And then it could be basically like, then they go for it. However it would be, whatever you think. But it's like George and Vic leave and then the goons come in.
Yeah.
And then that's when the fight. And then one of them makes the escape. But one of them's stuck there.
Right.
Even if it's like out the back or out the front or whatever it may be. Even if it's... This part could be a little nasty.
Sure.
Not hardcore, but nasty, like Vic grabs one of them and throws her through the window.
Yeah.
And George is like, he really does have an affinity for doing that.
That would be really funny, actually. So, yeah, that would be George and Vic harass. And what were their names? Maureen and...
Hanny?
Hanny and Maureen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Hanny's the one that makes it back because that's Robert's wife.
Yep.
Or does Maureen make it back because Hanny's the stronger one? Maybe she can escape them.
True. And that could lead to another scene.
Yeah.
Let me see. Eating their food.
Maybe that could be the chase that ends up back at the ranch.
That would be cool.
When they're after Hanny, when she's hightailing it back to the ranch.
Right.
Because if Maureen, who is probably the slightly weaker one out of the two, but still strong.
Yeah.
She gets thrown through the window.
And that's only by, I'm going to say an age gap.
Yeah, definitely.
A
little more experience.
Yeah, because it's the older brothers, younger brothers,
right.
And she's a little rougher around the edges. She's seen some shit.
Yeah.
And
of course it's almost like George is going to want Hanny there, not Maureen, because it's Robert's wife.
Yeah.
He's the one with all the power.
Very good point. Very good point. So goons come in. Fight ensues. We don't have to get into the minutia of that.
You got that with your eyes closed. Can you QWERTY? Because if your eyes are closed, you're going to need to be...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm Ray Charles.
Fuck.
Because of the blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's a throwback. What was that, Pepsi? What?
Nothing. It's just funny.
Fight ensues. Maureen is thrown through window, which is just fucking funny.
It is.
He has an affinity for that. I love that. That line's got to stay in there.
Especially the way he delivers it,
Yep. He's a bastard.
And I want to switch. I want him to be nice, charismatic, and then just a flip, and you're like, God, you're a deplorable human being.
Fucking dick.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I for some reason keep picturing Martin Cove.
Really?
Yeah, as George King.
Oh, I like that, though.
Just because he's got a face, and like when he's nice, especially at the end of Karate Kid,
yeah.
it's like...
It's funny, you know who I was picturing? I don't know the guy's name, but he was such a fucking weasel. I hated this guy. I don't think I've ever seen this dude play a good guy, but I'm going to pull up a picture and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, this fucker. I can't believe how few pictures of this guy. He's the main villain in this movie. Why the fuck aren't there any pictures of him?
Louis Anderson.
Hi.
Oh my God.
That's it. Oh my God, you losers. All right. Well, this is the best one I can come up with, and it's really fucking shitty. But he was the bad guy in Lethal Weapon 3. Just look at he's fucking smug, hair slicked back. He was the one that, remember they killed a guy and threw him under cement as it's being poured?
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, look, he'll be the foundation of your new house. You know,
Yeah.
He was just a dick. He wasn't the strongest villain in that franchise.
Right.
But it was like, fucking shoot him. You know what I mean? Like the whole movie, you're just like, fucking kill this guy.
It's not Stuart Wilson?
Stuart Wilson. Because he's in a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Oh God, even this is actually almost what I was picturing. This is him in The fucking Mask of Zorro. And we're talking almost the same era.
Right.
You know, is what we're fooling around in.
Right.
But that's kind of who I was picturing, was just this fucking mustachioed asshole. Because that's what he plays.
That's such a funny mustachioed asshole.
I think we found the title of this episode. No, we can't do it.
The mustachioed asshole. How come we can't? I mean, we could just fucking...
Asterisks.
Yeah.
I think I tried that once and Tina was like, no.
That's fucking a mustachioed
that
asshole.
Mustachioed asshole.
That's so good.
Oh, that is funny.
And who are you thinking is the villain?
That's who I've been picturing.
As
But when you said Marty Cove, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Fuck yeah, Marty Cove. Yeah, I forgot. He's also the bad guy in Ninja Turtles 3.
Okay.
The least memorable one of the bunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just what's been in my head because it's that kind of a weasel.
Right.
But this guy's, Marty Cove would be so fucking cool.
The mannerisms are there. You know, he could do it. And
And probably love it.
Right.
I mean, he really knows how to sink his teeth into these characters. And do you know what would have been really fucking cool? Vic be the fucking dude from Karate Kid 3. The
ponytail?
The ponytail. We got both villains
That's
from
hilarious.
Cobra Kai,
Yeah.
you know. But no,
Yeah.
I digress.
Because, I mean, if you're going to say that fucking Robert and Alfred are fucking Ralph and Johnny, Ralph and fucking William Zabka.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So now we're changing it from Latent Industries to Miyagi Industries.
Yeah.
These are just...
Sweep the leg industries.
This is the LaRusso origin story.
100%. Yeah.
And that, my friends, is how you get writer's block.
That's how you fuck shit up in the brain department. So I've got it to where Maureen has been taken.
I thought Hanny was taken.
Hanny is taken. Maureen
Thrown
goes
out the
home.
window.
Thrown out the fucking
Thrown out the window. Like her man.
Like her fucking... Oh, my God.
And it's going to be a funny bit of dialogue back at the ranch.
That would be really fucking funny, yeah. So he threw me out the goddamn window, and he's just...
You do?
Jesus.
Maybe she's on him and is like, you know, now's not the time. I
Yeah.
just got thrown out a window. Oh, really?
I love you, babe. We're window buddies.
Just window shopping.
We're just window buddies now. So, yeah, they would return. She would return.
Yeah.
So Maureen returns, tells the boys what's up, and that's all dialogue. So that's... Thing is, we would have to know, at least in a sense, where they're taking her for the guys to saddle up and go, even if she's going to escape. Mm-hmm. They got to at least know where, unless that's its own separate thing and she meets up with them at the ranch.
Yeah, I think that's cool because that we never get the chase.
No, we don't.
And then them taking her back to Leighton Industries, and she escapes.
Yeah.
And grabs one of their horses, and they're in tow. And she's got a few minute jump on them. Maybe they leave her alone or whatever, and they're gonna do something, or they're gonna a torture session, or they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
And she escapes, and they come in the room, and she's gone. And they look out, and she's crossed the. I hate saying across the plain in the valley, but it's like we're in that territory. She's gone.
There's a part of me that kind of wants to have fun with a train.
Okay. Like, do you want them to run a train on her?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. If
we're PG-13. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't know.
No, just a chase that involves the locomotive. Because if she breaks free on a horse and they're chasing her, she could very well jump from the horse to the train.
Right. And okay, so here's how we answer that question. Because now I'm answering questions as to why.
Yeah.
So how fucking far do they live from town? A 30-minute ride? An hour ride? Because, that's normal, back then, especially when you're out in these ranches, they're often fucking, 100 acres, 50 acres, whatever it may be.
Right.
So there's huge plots of land, and they're all over. They're all over the valley,
Yeah.
So it does make sense, for, train tracks. Okay. But I'm like, so then if she jumps on the train from the horse, especially if it's a fresh horse, a fresh horse at full speed could take the 30-minute, 40-minute cruise back to the house, full speed.
It could.
But this is where, and if they're behind her, okay, on their horses, that means they all have to jump on the train and leave their horses.
Yeah.
Okay. Or they're in a car because it's the 1900s. So my thing is this. I'm just trying to answer these questions.
Yeah, no.
How far away is the train tracks to her house? Because if she jumps off of a moving train, clearly there's not going to be a train station there.
No.
So she has to jump off of a full-speed moving train, tuck and roll, and then start running back to her house with them, on a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to happen. Something just popped in my head because I said car. Maybe it is far enough away where it's an hour's ride. It's a 2 hours ride. I don't know. Maybe the train is carrying cars.
That's the thing. I didn't know if it was like a lumber train, a coal train. It could just be carrying.
He was a singer.
Coal train?
Okay. So if the thing is loaded with cars,
she could get enough ahead that she, unhooks the thing and hers continues while theirs doesn't.
Like the whole train car.
Yeah. Where she finds a way to, enough of a way ahead that she can uncouple it.
Yeah.
And if one manages to jump across just as it happens and there's a little bit of a scuffle hanging off the side, fine.
Right.
But that would get rid of a good portion of their chase.
Because I'm trying to figure out how this makes sense to me. Because as of right now, I feel like this is taking me out of the action.
Okay.
Being on a train. Especially with everything going on because it's just been, a slow ramp up.
Uh-huh.
And it's been, pretty impactful, the situations, with their store burning.
Which will happen next.
Right. And I feel like the big payoff, even above the train, would be the mine. I think
that's what I mean. We're ramping up bigger.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out how the train makes sense. And right now I'm just having a hard time fitting it in there. Because it's like then we have to address that. It's like next town is 30, 40 miles away or 150 miles away. Because again, I just want, even though we're writing a movie, it's like obviously we got realism has to happen.
We have to keep it within.
Yeah, and it's like I just want to make sure like if they're literally like town is, for sure town could be 100 miles away. Mm-hmm. A town could be 20 miles away.
I think the town that they work from is close.
Like Nero.
Nero is close to the ranch.
So
It's like a 20-minute ride.
So if it's a 20-minute ride,
But if he's taken her to his city of industry, which is
well, no, see, okay, now we have a big question.
Okay.
If we're on different pages right now, because I was under the impression that he's moved to Nero, and all this takes place in Nero.
oh yeah, but I was under
Like I thought Leighton Industries was in Nero, in the town, and he's
It
growing
is.
that town.
It is, but the idea that he's been mining elsewhere, like I took it as he's done this before, and now he's doing it here.
Well,
Like the before could have been with their dad.
and this is what I thought.
Okay.
This is fucking awesome. I was under the impression he came to town strictly for that mine and to take all the gold.
Well, then the answer to that question would be, how long ago did Dad die?
Again, yeah, you're right, because he could have died when the boys were 14 and 16. And they've been working the ranch with Mom.
Right.
And then Mom passed, and Mom never said anything, and they took over at like 20 and 23 or whatever it may be,
Because I'm trying to think of a time when George would be like, now I can strike.
Right.
Because it's with the kids who don't know shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's been biding his time.
Yeah.
But in that time, he's not just sitting in the third floor above a saloon.
No. It's all new.
Right,
Like
so-
it's all. Well, I think okay.
There's a part of me that thinks he takes Hanny, an hour or two away to where he's already got something brewing. And he's like, this is what you guys are sitting on. And I'll get it however I need to.
I'm trying to make sense of why he's taking her so far away just to add a train in.
Well, to me, that's what he's taking her. It's to rattle the husband.
I mean, I think
to
the
rattle
fact that
family.
Maureen shows up saying they have Hanny is going to rattle him enough.
It should.
And then it's almost like,
But
see, and this,
to me, it seems dumb to go back to town.
but what do you mean?
They have Hanny. Are we just going back to where we just did an action sequence, or do we want to switch it up just a little bit?
Well, see, that's what I meant, because I thought then they went back to Leighton Industries with her, locked her up, because they're thinking, well, they'll come back for her.
Right.
And then we can position guys here in town, and we'll just fucking kill them and take everything.
Okay.
And then we'll kill her, and then boom, we're done.
Yeah.
And we got everything. Fuck them. We don't need them. But she fucking escapes. Mm-hmm. And maybe she's in there freaking out, screaming, yelling, and it's quiet now. And they're like, she's been quiet for a while. Go check on her.
Right.
They open the door. She escaped somehow.
Right.
And she's got a horse, and she's hauling ass back home.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we got to get her. They jump in their cars because, he's that fucking guy. Mm-hmm. And they're in a car chasing her.
Yeah.
She goes back to the ranch. We never go back to town. Like, the guys never go back to town.
Okay.
Maybe they are, but she meets them.
Oh, like she heads them off?
Yeah, she's like, follow me. Like, they're coming. Let's go back. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what? And they turn around, and then they're all going back to the ranch with them on their way in the car.
Then where does the mine fit in?
Well, the mine's on the property.
Not theirs, though.
Yeah, the Stoddards.
Yeah, but I mean...
They just don't know it was on their property. It was hidden. Because,
Okay.
they got enough, and again, maybe I should have said this because it's like I'm picturing like my cousin's land, is like, he's got flat land, but then like behind him, he's got, there's like mountains.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like just there, and that's where the mine is.
Okay.
And they don't even know it.
Oh, okay. But do we want them to find it haphazardly all of a sudden?
Well, no, I mean, that's what they already found in the safe deposit box.
Okay.
Like they already found, we have a mine, here's the map, here's the claim.
But they're going to retreat to it for the finale?
Because, I mean, the guys want to kill them to get to the mine.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking George can be like, I know where the mine is because I was Henry's friend.
Yeah.
His claim hit, my claim hit. It's right here. You guys go there, blow it out. We'll kill these guys.
Okay. So that gives them a reason to be at the mine.
Yeah.
Because that was what I was having trouble with. I'm like...
Yeah. Because, I mean, they could fight, and they're going to the mine. We have to fight them. And, so it's like more... Mm-hmm. Or we can do this. No, I do like that. Because Because it's just like, and I know you do too. I know you like flow.
Yep.
And if you are like, I really want a train sequence, I'm down. Like, we'll work this fucker in.
Oh, sure.
And we can do it. Like, we can totally do it. Like, we can do it right fucking now.
Yeah.
And it's just like this. There's more land that they didn't know they had, and that's where the mine is. And they're going to it. We got to hop this train because they're on their cars.
So you're saying the Stoddards had more land that's not even in...
That they didn't know they had. And that's where the mine is. Okay. And it is maybe an hour away.
Right.
And that's where there's a fight on the train because they hopped the train on their horses to get to their land.
Yeah.
And those guys are coming in their car. We have to answer that question of like, they know about everything now.
Yes.
Like, George King knows that the Stoddards know that they have this land.
Okay.
All right. So he's like, let's just go to the mine and we'll wait and we'll kill them.
Yeah.
But they're like, we got to get there before them. It's an hour and a half away.
Right.
2 hours away. The horses aren't going to make it. Mm-hmm. And one of them's like, let's get the train.
Yeah.
Or maybe they hear the train and they're like, right there, let's go.
Yeah.
So the train is like, leads us to the mine.
What if the train is what's carrying the stuff that they're using to mine? Lumber, scaffolding. The train could be the one that leads to the mine.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess when I pictured the mine, it was like an area that he was already excavating that's got rails and ladders and stuff. You know what I mean? What you're saying is that would be property that the Stoddards didn't even know were part of all this. Mm-hmm. Did Dad know about it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because that was Dad's claim.
Right. But I mean, if they didn't know about it, even after picking up Dad's shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, was this part of the property that they didn't know was theirs?
Yeah, so let's just say when Al tells Robert, Dad has something for us in a safe deposit box.
Yes.
When they go there, everything is there. A letter. Al reads it. As he's reading it, we can look at everything. Here's a map. This is our land, but this is all of our land. There's more than you know.
This is where we live.
Yeah.
And it's in the middle of all of this.
And when I was younger, me and George King were friends, and we each got a claim.
Yeah.
His hit, and so did mine. But I wanted to save mine, so I hid it. But I have a map to it. And there's more gold here than our generations will ever need.
Right.
And I only took what I needed just to get us comfortable on the ranch. And if something ever happens, here it is.
Sure.
And that's why I told you brothers when you were younger about this. And also, there could even be me and George had a falling out. Watch him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because he does know about this. And that's when they're like, we got to get to the mine because he's going there.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe he could have already been excavating it.
That's
because
what
he knew and they didn't.
That's what I was kind of banking on.
And they show up and they're like, maybe they haven't started mining, but they're preparing.
It's a site.
Yeah. They haven't made entry in yet.
Yeah.
But he's already got people working there.
Yep. I like that. That works.
Yeah.
And it's more organic too.
It is more organic.
So, yeah, no, that works.
Yeah. And then we have that finale at the mine. Mm-hmm. And the train, because, yeah, don't get me wrong. I fucking love, like, steam engine locomotives. And
oh, sure.
That shit is awesome. Like, the sounds and just the, it's...
Fights on the rooftop.
It makes a Western.
It does, absolutely.
And it's like, if we're going to hit all the marks, let's hit all the marks.
I agree.
If we're going to do it, let's fucking do it right. And let's add it all in there.
Oh, I agree.
Because also, we're not paying for this. So, let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is somebody else's problem. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay, so they've taken Hanny, and we've written down Maureen has told the guys.
Yeah.
So we're back to Hanny, right?
Yeah, Maureen's told the guys.
And they're suiting up.
They're suiting up.
Yep.
And they're going to come. And this is their moment of gun belts.
Yep.
We have to go get her.
Yep.
And maybe even Dean is like, just take it easy. Sit back, relax. They're going to come back, get you. But we're going to be waiting. We're going to kill them. We're going to kill you. Then we're going to head out to the mine. It's ours.
Yeah.
And you're all dead.
Yep.
He gives her the whole plan. Because in his eyes, she's dead.
Yeah. And the irony being, we'll bury you on your own property.
Yeah. We'll give you all really nice tombstones
on
your land.
bastard.
Real ugly stuff.
Yep.
And then they go back up for whatever reason. Maybe Dean being, God damn, why do I keep calling him Dean? George. Maybe George being really evil is like, you know what? Go get her. Let's give her a front seat to this. When they come back into town, she can watch us kill him. So
Yeah.
Vic goes in there. She's gone.
Right.
And they run in and they see her fucking.
And then that's where the chase they jump in their car.
Yeah, but she's already like, I mean, she's gone. Like she's like in the distance.
Oh.
And she catches them, you know? Mm-hmm. And she's like, they're coming. Like they're going to the mine.
Yeah.
How are we going to get there? These horses aren't going to make it. And then you hear the locomotive.
Right.
And they're like, we're going to jump a train.
Okay. And then just show up there.
Yeah. You know?
Okay.
And then that's when you craft your
mine adventure.
Your magic.
Okay. All right. I do like that. Do you want to put any peril on the train? Like, are there bad guys on the train?
Well, yeah, if he's sending more supplies.
Yeah.
They work for George.
Okay. That
and
works.
They're aware of these people. So, of course, there's going to be fights, and of course, there's going to be shit.
And these are just going to be nameless dicks.
Yeah.
You know, these aren't our core
These are just
villains.
people to get thrown off the train.
Fucking A. Okay. All right. So then you said Maureen is more or less tied up back at Layton.
Hanny.
Hey,
it's Hanny and Dean.
I know.
But this is the thing. When you're writing this stuff, there's so many names, it all just blurs.
It does. And that's the thing. I'm glad we're writing this fucking shit down.
Yeah.
So Hanny is hostage at the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Bond monologue where the villain explains his whole stupid thing.
Yeah.
And then you said shoves her somewhere where she's screaming to get out.
Yeah.
But it's a ruse while she's breaking a window or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a great moment because, it literally could be will you go shut her up? But she's screaming to fucking mask the sounds of her breaking out.
Yep.
And they're like, go shut her up.
Yep. Plan. We all find out he's already mining their property. I started when his parents weren't even cold yet, or whatever.
Ugly.
Yeah. I started, the dad's been dead for a while. I started just after his ma died. She wasn't even cold yet.
Ooh.
When shovel hit dirt. We've kind of wrapped it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because once I get this in my head.
Yeah. I think we just need resolution, happy ending.
Yep.
And then it's over.
Yeah. So before, I'm going to have to decipher this later.
That's what I do.
Okay. Annie escapes.
Maureen. I'm just kidding.
You almost had me too. I almost scratched it. Annie escapes. Meets the guys. And then I'm just going to put train sequence. And then mine sequence. And then I guess we just have to decide how George gets it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you want to continue and knock it out right now or have a fourth episode?
Planning the other two action scenes?
Yeah.
Your call. Because those...
Because I think if we have one more episode, not only can we finish it quickly and have a complete story, then we can go back and revisit the whole thing from beginning to end, tell the story, see what works and what doesn't, and have all of the questions answered that need them.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
we could do that.
So I think maybe one more.
Yeah.
Just to tie everything up.
Okay.
All right. Well, then put a pin in it for now.
Yep.
Get this out of our heads.
Yes.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, no, I hope so.
That was really fun.
I think we worked out a lot of the complications. Because that's the thing. You can come up with action sequences all day. Mm-hmm. You got to come up with a way to bridge them. That's it. Because especially train sequence and mine sequence, that's just one after the other.
Right.
We don't need any more exposition. Now it's
Not at all. It's just go.
Yep. So yeah, the next episode would probably be pretty quick.
I think it would be quick.
Yep.
Tightening it up, and then we're good to go because like Sid Haig said, just work it and work it and work it and go front to back and back to front and have no contradiction.
That was a sadism, huh?
Yeah, no contradiction. He's like, I always see these scripts contradict themselves. It's like I say this at the beginning, but then I say something different towards the end.
I think what we've got is too straightforward to be contradicted. It's just a very plain, simple Western adventure. I think we're in good shape. That might have been the last episode that requires any real thought.
It has.
Next, we're just going to have fun.
It's fun and buttoning up.
All right.
Until next time.
See you guys.